What's going on, gamers? Clyde here, going to give you another first Descendant video, and today we're going to be talking about crystallization catalysts. A lot of people in the comment section, a lot of people in TikTok videos are always asking, what do you mean by resetting your character, or forming your character, or prestiging your character? How do you have so many mod slots? How are you getting that many materials? Are you swiping the card? What is he doing? Well, I'm going to show you an easy farm that you can do solo or with teammates. Remember, teammates is going to be better. Playing with people, making more friends is going to be more efficiently. I'm going to show you some easy ways to do it on normal mode and hard mode and get these materials for your crystallization catalyst. I have at least 2 of these baking in the oven a day. Like, it's how I've maxed out my bunny. I've maxed out my glay. I'm working on Kyle, tons of stuff. And I really think that people need to pay attention to stuff like this in the game. I'll look at the comments section. If you guys want one for the energy activator, I can break that down as well. But I just think that since you get 2 in the campaign, you're probably going to use one on your Descendant and one on your weapon. And flirting with that 3% drop rate might be a little tough. Usually I get those when I'm not even trying, but I think you should really focus on these crystallization catalysts, because with the new patch that just came out on the 18th, they've increased drop rates on the materials, so it's easier to farm these mats, and it's really easy to get these blueprints for this. I'm going to break it all down. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. First material that we have here is the Murky energy residue. This will be obtained in the sterile lands. You can do this on normal mode or hard mode difficulty depending on how kitted you are, and I suggest doing the unknown laboratory mission. You're going to run as fast as you can on hard mode, get to the major, kill him, he'll drop the material, and you can reset the mission. If you're going to do this reset strat, please make sure that you queue alone or with your friends so you're not queuing with randoms and ruining their experience. If you're wanting to know where that major is, once you enter this room where you do the reactor on normal, you would have to do this mechanic and wait for it. On hard mode, you can just collect things and pick it up and run past it. But when you get to these enemies, you're going to kill the major. He's going to drop that material that you're farming for. I got 9 on normal mode and I got 15 on hard mode. So it's kind of up to you. If you're kitted, I would definitely suggest you to do it on hard mode. Maybe you got a friend or 2 that you guys can efficiently farm with this. Easy clap, just run in, kill that guy, get your materials, reset, do it again, do it a couple times so you can make a couple of catalysts and you don't have to come back here. Next up, we got the Macromolecule Biogel. These are obtained from doing the strategic outposts. They did buff the drop rates today in the patch as well, that you do get more materials. Now, this works more on hard mode, obviously, but not everybody can solo on hard mode. Hopefully you can. But again, what I do here with these outposts, there's 2 strategic ways to do this. Remember, if you're with people, if you're not looking to match anyone, please turn your Echo Swamp to private so you don't match with anyone. There's 2 ways to do this. Run up in this area right here on the bottom left of the map, and please just run in, shoot the activators, spawn the boss, nuke him right away, and then teleport out into a different area and teleport back in to reset that timer. That's a 5-minute timer that you can wait. If you're wondering, like, well, Clyde, should I do this with Sharon so I can get more materials? Sure, why not? I'm not basing this off any characters, so this works for any character. If you have a Sharon, sure, do what you gotta do. Second strat is, you guys might not know about this, but once you get the hang of how to do this, it's pretty simple. You can actually fail the mission and keep getting drops back to back to back. All you have to do is shoot the 3 generators, spawn the boss, run out of bounds, have him follow you, and at 0 seconds, shoot him and he'll drop the materials and it'll say mission failed. If you do this correctly, the materials will drop and then you can just run back in and do it over and over again. Please make sure you are in a private server. Do not be with others, because again, you would just be failing missions on purpose while playing with other people and they might not want to fail it. Either way, it works. I teleported back and forth just to show in the video that works fine, but sometimes it's inconsistent when you kill that guy at 0, or sometimes you kill him too early. So it's kind of up to you, but this is an easy way to farm the sponges on normal mode and hard mode. The drop rate difference wasn't really crazy there. It was like 9 and then like 15. Sometimes I've seen someone get 20, but we haven't really got the max on these numbers yet. But again, these are really easy to farm. Go do the outpost and get this material. Next material up, we got the mixed energy residue. This is from opening the encrypted storage boxes in the desert. Now, do you need an Enzo for this? No. Does it make it easier? Sure, but I'm not going to tell everybody to just go make an Enzo for this. You can do the easy boxes, encrypted storages. You'll have the mats for it, and you'll get the materials for this residue, no issue. If you have an Enzo or you have a friend on an Enzo, sure, it's going to help you get more shards, and it's going to make these puzzles easier. As you see, I load in, do the puzzle, easy clap. It's a level 1. If I failed this, I'd be probably ending my career, but easy clap here, finish it and get 5 mixed energy residues. I didn't really see a difference on hard mode. Be careful with these ultra precision code analyzers because they will take your code breakers. Now these drop a lot of shards This is where you're going to either want to be really good with a mouse and keyboard or your controller, or have an Enzo in your team, because I suck here and I failed, so it took it. And guess what? I wanted revenge and tried beating it again, and I failed twice. Maybe I'm just too old for this mechanic, but that's okay. That's why I make videos, and you guys can do this and get better loot than me. On hard mode, I got anywhere between 1 to 3 more materials than I did normal mode, so it's kind of up to you. Just remember that some code breakers are only tied to normal and hard mode, so just see what you have in your inventory. But yeah, that's it. What I do in the desert, I usually spawn there on that bottom left small waypoint. Launch in, spam tab, look for the beeps, listen for the beeps to find those code breakers. Once I open 1 or 2, I usually leave the area, so I'll just teleport to another area of the desert and then teleport back here until I have enough materials to get my catalyst. Lastly, we got the brains, the advanced neutral circuits. Now, these are all over the map. These are different areas you can do. Again, White Knight Gulch has plenty of places you can do it. The one I'm getting ready to show you might not be one that you're doing, but that's okay. I'm just showing you an easy mission that you can do it in. We're going to be going to Order's Veil. The reason why I like this one, I like it on normal mode because the ads are easy to kill, and I'm just standing in a circle, and there's 3 majors that spawn, and you have a chance to get the material from all 3. You're averaging about between 6 to 8 a run, so it's pretty easy. I did do it on hard mode. The ads hit a little harder. I felt like I was working a little harder for the same materials. I thought that the drop rates would be a little higher on hard mode, but I think my best run was about 2 or 3 more. If you want to go fast farming, you should just stick with normal. When you're in this area, just run around with your friends or run around solo. If you're on a bunny or whatever character, you're looking for those majors, make sure you kill them and they'll drop the material. They have a chance to, they might not drop it, but again, just keep restarting the mission over and over and over till you have enough of these circuits to make your catalyst. And the most important piece of them all, the crystallization catalyst blueprint. Now, these are really easy to farm if you can smoke some bosses on normal and hard mode. I personally like doing the hard mode boss Devourer because I farm a pattern that drops this blueprint, and I get 2 of them every 6 minutes. So I'll show you that, but I'm going to show you, hey, maybe you just don't have teams to play with hard mode and you don't want to queue with random people and you just want to solo some normal bosses, which you can, but just remember that you're going against a 15% drop rate versus a 20%. So let me show you a good operation to do here. When you open that up, you can see which of the boss's materials drops that pattern. So I'm looking here, I'm trying to find which pattern I like. So I ended up choosing Stunning Beauty, and I realized that her pattern drops the crystallization 15% blueprint. Now, this is for people that just want to take it easy and do normal farms, don't want to do anything with hard mode, but I strictly suggest you do it. The reason why I chose this one, why not? You get a 38% chance of getting a piece for your Python, one of the best SMGs in the game. You got a 15% chance of getting a crystallization catalyst, and 3% to get your ultimate bunny. So when I farm stuff like this in the game, I make sure it's worth my time and I'm not just farming one thing. We're going to open that up, find out what dungeon we need to do. This dungeon takes around 5 to 6 minutes. This dungeon can be queued with people. This is a normal mode dungeon. You can run this solo or run it with people. You're guaranteed 100% drop rate, as you see down there. You will get it no matter what finishing it. These dungeons on normal, I do queue with people, but I did this solo just for the video. But on hard mode, I do not queue with people, and I'll explain why. Once you finish the mission complete, it will drop you the pattern. As you see there, we got it, and we will be taking it into the boss now. Usually when I get to the point of this farm, I will farm the dungeons 5 times at least, like maybe 4 or 5. So I'm not just going to kill the boss once. I'm going to kill the boss 3, 4, 5 times so I can just try and get as many blueprints as I possibly can. I'm sure you're kitted enough to just insta-kill Stunning Beauty because you're looking to reset your character and your weapons, so you should have no problem killing the boss. Go ahead and scoop your loot and just interact with the hub, and this is where you will be able to choose which pattern you will be going for. If you have multiple, make sure you don't select the wrong one here. I had both. So as you see there, I had the energy activator, but that's not what I'm going for. I am going for the crystallization blueprint. So if you're wondering what the shape stabilizer does, if you were to socket that, if you had one, you get that just randomly to drop in certain missions, you would decrease the chance of getting the last 2 items. So it pretty much leans it towards you get a better drop rate on the bunny, the weapon catalyst, and the crystallization catalyst. So kind of up to you if you have them. I didn't for the purpose here, but we're going to roll it and try and get the 15% drop rate. Like I said, If you're not ready for hard mode, this would be an easy strat for you to do that dungeon and then pop this one, but I strongly suggest going into hard mode. So for the hard mode stuff, me personally, I like fighting Devour because he's such a pushover on hard mode. I get it. If you don't have friends, you should queue up with randoms, but you can easily solo this boss or duo it with your friends. The important part is that you farmed all the other materials and you're at the point now where you just want to get that drop. As you see here, the hard mode patterns have a 20% chance of dropping the crystallization catalyst, so you're getting a better chance to get it. The two patterns I recommend is the 78 or the 76. The 78 does give you a chance at ultimate jacks, crystallization catalyst, and the Glade blueprint. Me, I like this one better, the 76, because you get a chance at the ultimate Glade stabilizer. These do drop, by the way, I got a lot of them, and the crystallization catalyst blueprint. So what we're going to do is we're going to look up how to get that. It's going to tell me to do this strictly dungeon on hard mode. Now to do that, you can come over here and interact with this. I recommend to either you're soloing it or you have two friends to play with you or one other. If you queue this with 4 people, it's going to be really hard for you to get the bonus. If you look up here and you get 38,700 points, you will literally get 2 every run. This mission takes about 6 minutes or less with 2 people or 3 people. So you're gonna be able to kill 2 bosses every single time you run this. I usually run this 5 times in a row, get 10 of them, and then I go kill the boss 5 times. Easy strat here. To get that score, I have a run here. I was solo. I literally got the score last second. When I was solo, I did it with 220%. What you need to do here is check these boxes and make the score go up higher for multiplicative scoring. 220 is kind of safe, but if you want to go higher, you can. You just have to pay attention to what you're taking away. Obviously, if you have people on the fire team, it makes it go easier. As you see, something like this, I rolled it to 250%. Now, this is a lot of negative modifiers and it might be tough, but if you have multiple people, you should get the score no matter what. And then you have another one like this. He'll score 230%, but look, sprint is disabled, grappling hook is disabled. You do not want that one. So something like this, I would definitely run 230% myself, or I run with teammates, only like 1 or 2 people, and that'll pretty much guarantee I get the score for 38,700. In this run, I want to point out, when you finally make it to the boss room, please make sure you do not kill the major. He's the big heavyset guy in the room. Kill all the other ads, because as soon as you kill the captain or the ultra in that room, it will despawn all the other ads and you'll lose your score, and there's not really many ways to get it back. Once you get this farm down, trust me, you can run 5 of these missions in 30 minutes and get 10 patterns for the boss. That's it. And finally, we load up Devour. Again, you could do this solo or do it with your teammates. Give him the old 1-2 buckle my shoe. Remember, solo, he's a lot easier. You got a fully kitted Glade like this, or you just spam some GL shots. I'm sure he'll fall right over. You're going to be handing in those boss materials. The reason why I like this farm too is that it drops these Transcendent red mods, and these red mods I can go trade for other modules and I can hand them in. Number 2, this boss drops one of the best sets in the game, the Annihilation set. For good RNG purposes here, as you see, I have 23 of these. I've been farming a lot. I thought it'd be cool if the game gave me a good chance of getting one of these to drop for the video. As you see here, I use my shape stabilizer so I can increase my chances of getting that Glade catalyst for the video, but what I really wanted was that catalyst, because this is the whole purpose of the video, to get the crystallization catalyst. So I turned on the streamer RNG, bada bing bada boom. The farm works. You can do this whole pattern, this whole reset, so you can craft at least 2 of these a day. You'll be able to make your character stronger and your weapon stronger. Final step, head to the oven, go ahead and get it baking. That's right, it is a long process here. That's what I like to cook these overnight. That way when I sign into the game and I can pick one up and then get another one cooking while I play. Pretty much doing that every day. If you need to use Caliber to skip the process because you need the catalyst now, go ahead and do it, but I wouldn't recommend doing that if you just cook 2 a day. Gives you enough materials to reset your character once and your weapon. Easy dub. Probably one of the easiest farms that I've put together to do this and make it easy for you to get these, and you don't really have to struggle in the game as much. Thanks for watching this full video. Hopefully all these tips and tricks helps you resetting your characters, getting the juicy mod capacity, and having fun. See you guys on the next one.